Hi, everyone. Wow, have I been busy? Wow, it's been terrific. Just a terrific time. All right, where do I start? So we're in a Mercury retrograde, and I know a lot of people think that's BS. Let me tell you what it actually rules. Retrograde Mercuries rule any kind of machinery, mechanics, appointments, and contract. It's communications and travel. So the rules of the retrograde Mercury really is when there's a retrograde Mercury, it's a perfect time for you to go back and clean up anything that there's just loose ends. So what I mean by that is cleaning out drawers, where there are papers that didn't get signed, it's anything you can think of that really just needs to be tied up. Now, typically a retrograde Mercury is horrible for starting something new. And you don't want to sign contracts unless you started the negotiating before a retrograde Mercury. So that's pretty much what it covers. So anything speech, communicating, making an appointment. If you make appointments, then you better say that 50 times to the person where you're going to meet them, because it'll get screwed up. So I can tell you from my voice schedule, I know when there's a retrograde Mercury, students are going to cancel. People are going to move around like little Mexican jumping beans. It just is what it's going to be. All right, so I have used this retrograde Mercury, for my benefit. If you know the cycles, then you can use them to your advantage. And so that's what I've been doing. And I got to tell you, I almost don't even look to see when there's a retrograde Mercury. I just know when I'm starting to clean out drawers, I know something's going on, right? So one of the things that I'm looking at is, how, that I've been slowly prepping for a long time. I would say maybe 15 years. That doesn't mean I have just piles and piles of stuff. It was like, if I could afford it, I would get a pound of this or a pound of that. So, but about a year ago, I have a book here, and I did an inventory, but I didn't stay on top of it. And so I was talking to my husband today, and I said, let's go over to where we have a lot of our stuff. And I said, let's go over there and let's go through it once again and really assess, where are we? Now, not only did a retrograde Mercury, kind of kick me in the butt, but the fact that a lot of our farmland is flooded right now, I'm paying attention. Now, you know me, I'm always paying attention, so I'm paying attention even more. All right, so Joe and I had a long talk this morning. What is it that we actually use and want? What do we go to every single day? Not what people think is a good idea. People say flour and the butter and this and that. We said, first of all, neither one of us does well with any kind of wheat except quinoa. And it just so happens quinoa stores really well, right? And it just so happens, God, why am I froggy? And it just so happens that quinoa, you can just do quinoa in water and make bread. I have that in one of my old videos, one of the videos that was deleted. You can make bread with two ingredients, water and quinoa. So why do I need flour? Why do I need it? I don't need flour to survive. I'm not a bread eater. Why do I need it? I'm not a pasta eater. I don't eat grains. Why do I want flour? I've got 4 buckets of flour. Why do I have it? How am I going to even use it up? Can I barter with it? Yeah, I guess I can. But I'd rather have food that I eat. So we're talking about what do we do? Rice, beans, water, vegetables, fruit, dehydrated fruit, canned, not like canned fruit. We have we have the freeze dried fruit. Fruit. all different kinds of vegetables that I've dehydrated, that we've gotten from Patriot Supply, what have you. Coffee, tea. I like stevia. Well, let's talk about sugar. I don't need sugar. Why do I need sugar? You know what I mean? I've got to make choices here. Like, what is really going to fit what we need? We need protein. We want our starch. We want our rice. And right now, I'm not even eating that. Actually, the last 2 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds. And with the C60, I lost 20. So I've taken 30 pounds off. It's been great. But, I'm not really eating starch. So, but the rice is a nice filler in case you're hungry. We've got lots of brown rice. We've got nuts. I don't do well with nuts, right? But Joe does, so it's good for Joe. Nice to have him around for the bird, but we have a lot of bird food stored away. Yeah, we have a lot of that, the kelp that I ordered from Iceland. We got a couple buckets of that. That's going to go a long way. So what do we need? Toilet paper. And I got to tell you, you don't need toilet paper either. A warm washcloth sitting on the side of your bin and using that. And then, when you wash your clothes, you throw it in with your clothes and you wash your stuff. You don't have to have it. I'm being for real here, right? Everybody goes, toilet paper. I got news for you. I could get along without toilet paper just fine. Give me a washcloth, and if I got a bar of soap, I'm good to go. So, yeah, what do we need? So we really thought this through. Aluminum foil is important because if we want to cook outdoors, cast iron pots, which we have, you want those. I think, stock up on charcoal, if you're going to use that. We've got a little wood stove now. We have a grill. We have what do you call it, like a little fire pit. We could stick a pot in there. So what is it that we really need? And I think that's how simple that we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it simple. Like I said, we have lots of other things right now, but if we're going to keep stocking up, which my gut is telling me to really kick it in overdrive right now, then that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for what we really, really need. We could never have enough pet food. Never. And little B lost, like 8 teeth. So he pretty much eats what I eat, like whatever I fix for myself. He eats whatever my protein is his protein. So, yeah. So I just wanted to kind of put that to you, and because people do feel really overwhelmed. I got enough freaking seeds to last me forever. So I'm not hurting there. Okay. Let me, show you what I improved on. All right, so I've been doing my list for my seeds, right? So my planting chart, and I started it. Well, what I realized is that I had a lot of information just kind of spread out in many different places. It's getting dark out. Many different places. Should I turn this on? There we go. All right. And so I've updated how I'm doing my chart for gardening. So let me tell you what the categories are now. So everything is on one sheet. We have the seed name, and then we have what type, which is, again, if you're using the Steiner planting calendar, is leaf, root, flower. Pretty sure those are the three. So you have your type, and then the plant brand. Is it Baker Creek? Is it Territorial? Is it our Italian seeds? Is it our Russian seeds, Nika, whatever her name is? So, we have, you put that there too. And then we have the plant date. What that means is when we plant, when we're going to plant it, okay? And then we have, because that's according to the Steiner catalog, when we're going to plant it. And then I have in here, a new column is, when do I see the first sprout? Because I really want to keep track of what grows the quickest. and what produces, in a really expedient way. I mean, this is just key for knowing, always making sure that you have food. So that is my new chart. Now it's got everything. I'm not going to keep a diary. I'm definitely going to keep a blog, but I'm not going to do a diary of like what each plan is doing. Instead, I'm going to have it on my chart like this. So I started it out this one way, and then I said, wait a minute, I can get a lot more information in this. So I added some things as I was going. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm going to be finishing it up probably today. And, I'm not going to be planning anytime soon because spring has taken its time getting here. But I can start seeds in the garage, so I am going to start. I don't normally start kale seeds, and I don't normally start peas, and I don't normally start lettuce. But I'm feeling like I might want to do that this year. So I'm going to. Not all of them, but some. All right. Now what else? I feel like I need to tell you something else. Oh, so much. So I went through I have 4 websites. I have Therapeutic Sound and Wellness, Michigan Voiceover Talent. I have katehart.com. It's just, from my showbiz days. Some people go to it for the voice lesson stuff. And then radicalgardener.net. That's the one. Please go and sign up on that one. We're kind of gutting that and we're rebuilding it. So that's going to improve daily. We're really going after it next week. It looks like there's a way I can connect this YouTube channel to my newsletter, but we're working on that right now. But I'm making all of these videos now. I'm doing them with iMovie, not with YouTube, and we'll be loading them up in lots of different places. So when, and they'll take the channel down again. As soon as I get all the C60 and all that stuff back up there, they're just going to take it down again. So, this time I don't care. Whatever. They'll do whatever they do. I have a lot of your emails now. I've got you on my email list, and you'll find me or you won't find me. I mean, I just can't worry about it anymore. This is the game these people play, and I'm not going to have it disrupt my life. It's been too much of a disruption, to tell you the truth. But I went through all those sites and clean them up, made notes for Nicole to go through them. I've talked to actually Mari, who's may help me to load some videos back in to my channel that people had on their other channels that weren't made with YouTube. So it looks like I'm going to be able to grab 10 or 15 of those, but they'll also go on my website. My website is going to have prepping, recipes. It's going to be a blog, pictures, gardening, the whole thing. It's going to be a real go-to site, and it'll take me a good 6 months to really get that nice and fat. I'm going to keep doing those show me your garden videos, which everybody loved. I'm really excited about doing those again this year. So it's all good. Lots of you have found the channel and you have re-signed, or resubscribed. Thank you so much. Can't wait to share more information with you. Also in a note too, I got from one of the subscribers, I was talking about the trough and putting out in front, and he said, oh my God, don't put it in front if a small child climbed in it. I forgot to say I would have a screen on top, a screen that, has about that big of holes in it so that birds don't fall in. I want birds to be able to drink out of it, but I don't want them to fall in. We had that happen to a bird back in our pond, and it was just awful. We just hated that. So, so don't worry. We'll be careful, but thank you so much for caring enough to say something about that. Okay, so we're all done here, everybody. Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours. May your garden always grow. Please, give me a thumbs up. Please share the video. I can use all the help I can get. But if you're busy, I get it. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. All right, bye. Did I send you a ton of love? I'm sending it to you now. Okay, bye.